Good journey, everyone. Welcome to Space Oats, a Star Wars podcast. I am the Crucial Crew member, Jay, and I am here tonight. So a lot of things have gone on this week, and normally I've been going back to this Tuesday thing, but a little bit of delay this week. Wasn't really feeling too well yesterday. In fact, um, actually had to go to the emergency room on Monday, so yeah, it was a little crazy uh, trip that took place and set me back a little bit, and still recuperating a little bit. But I wanted to go live for everyone this week. I don't want to miss out on talking about Star Wars. It's one of those things that takes me away from all the other things that go on that distract me. So it's just great to talk about Star Wars. So don't know if anybody's going to join in tonight. I know it's a little bit jumbled. Me normally going Tuesday and then just last minute kind of jumping on today. I didn't really know if I was going to be up for it tonight. But I'm going to try to get through this as best as I can. But I just wanted to talk about some things with Star Wars and if I would have gone live yesterday, I would have been talking about The Force Awakens because yesterday was the day that in Star Wars history, Lawrence Kasdan and director J.J. Abrams were announced to have assumed screenwriting duties for Episode 7, The Force Awakens. That's yesterday's news. So today we're going to talk about something that happened today in Star Wars history, and this is from back in 2007. And I rearranged some things behind me because I wanted to commemorate this character a little bit. Obviously, you can see my big Empire Strikes Back Yoda poster. So this is kind of based on Yoda. This goes back to 2007, based on more than 500,000 votes. The U.S. Postal Service released the 41-cent commemorative Yoda stamp. And I'm going to go ahead and show this stamp if you are not familiar with it, just so that everybody can see it. This is actually taken from the USPS's website directly. And what that stamp looked like. So I actually did not get this stamp, unfortunately. This is one of those ones that I missed. I don't know how I missed it, but it happened. And I didn't get a chance to get this one. But this was the Yoda stamp. I think it's amazing looking. I honestly did not know anything about this 41 stamp. Hey, it's Ben Kendari. Good to see you. Do you know anything about this stamp? I actually did not know anything about this stamp. So so this apparently it was voted. I don't remember voting for any stamps with the US, but I don't know how this was done, honestly. But apparently this stamp came about. So, and you can get them. They're around. You can get them on eBay for pretty cheap. So it's not like it's. I guess there's just so many of them that were printed that it didn't really have too much of a collectibles worth. But I didn't know about this one either. I missed this one. I had a bunch of other ones like from the Phantom Menace, and I have some of the droid ones and other ones. But I had no idea about this commemorative stamp that was released. So, but apparently it was it had 20 in each pane. And the stamps were designed by Terrence McCaffrey and William J. Geiker Jr. of the USPS. The stamps featured artwork by Drew Struzan, and you could actually get them from Collections, Hip Stamp, Sears, Amazon at the time. So I didn't know anything about these stamps. So pretty cool. I think it looks really awesome. I love the spacey feel of them. It's very plain, but it's still got a good vibe to it. So I wish I would have known about this one, honestly. and would have gotten some of these. So I might, who knows? Maybe I'll go online and see if I can't pick up some of these at some point. But these are some pretty cool stamps. Yoda, one of the greatest characters of all time. I mean, what an amazing character, right? So yeah, so that is a little bit of today in Star Wars. Um, that is happening. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this share screen here and go back to me. And actually, I'm going to go to a better camera view here a little bit, be a little bit more of a close up. But yeah, so anyway, so yeah, it's been a crazy week for me, like I said. But not much happening in the Star Wars world, honestly. Little bit of news here and there, but not too much. Most of it, we already kind of know about, um, and yeah, not too much involved. I've been watching a lot of Star Wars over the past couple days. Usually, that's what happens when I'm at home, when I'm sick, which that's been the case. So I do remember the 3PO and R2 stamps. Didn't get those either, but wish I would have. Um, I remember the R2D2 mailboxes back in the day. They were pretty cool. So that would have been pretty awesome to be able to somehow get a hold of one of those. But I don't think I think you actually could get one at some point, but I don't know how that worked. But yeah, the R2D2 mailboxes were pretty cool to see. But yeah, so I've been watching a lot of Star Wars past couple days. Been watching some Young Jedi Adventures, just chilling, watching those. Been also watching some other things on Disney Plus as far as Star Wars. There's been some cool. I know I'd shared this either last week or the week before last. There's been some pretty neat releases that are coming up for like the fall holiday season. Some new merch, some of which look pretty cool. I know that I shared that with the Patrol Trooper, the new helmet. Actually, I think that was going to be released at New York Comic Con. I was talking about that one. But there's been some cool announcements with some releases. One of the things that is going to be coming soon that I've never bought, and I want to hopefully get some people's opinions on this, because I know that big things about Star Cruiser that everybody loved and not everybody got a chance to get was the candles. And I only got one candle and I have not burned it. So I have no idea what it smells like and how much it smells like the Star Cruiser because I don't want to waste it. But I'm curious as to if there'll ever be Star Cruiser candles, because I don't know if anybody's heard of the company Homesick that makes the Star Wars candles, and I've never bought any. I don't know how good they are, if they do smell um, like you would think Star Wars smells would smell like. But I'm going to go ahead and share a screenshot of another little thing that's going to be released soon. And this has kind of got me intrigued because who knows? I mean, I know it's not going to smell like the Star Cruiser because the what it's talking about as far as the description of it does not compare to what the space smell is from Star Cruiser. But yeah, I figured, let me pop this up here and show everybody this candle. So this Millennium Falcon 26-ounce 3-wick candle by Homesick. Don't know if anybody has ever had used these before. I know they make tons of Star Wars candles. Everybody. I've never smelled the Star Cruiser candle. I don't want to burn mine. But this Millennium Falcon one apparently smells like leather, brush suede, santal, rusted steel, cashmere musk. So pretty interesting. Has to smell like worn leather, old oil, and wet Wookie. Well, I mean, it does say notes of leather, so, and I don't know what the cashmere musk, but the musky smell, but maybe that's supposed to be the Wookie. But yeah, so I don't know if anybody's bought these candles before, if they're good, but this one's going to be released on November 26th. So If you are a fan of Star Wars candles, I might have to like take a crack at these one time. And I know they have a bunch of different ones, um, but I don't know too much about them to know if they're worth it or not to get. But yeah, if you're a fan of those, let me know because I'm curious about them. Um, yeah, I actually like I know they have like a bunch of them. I'm gonna real quick like pull them up and kind of see what Star Wars candles they have, but I know they have a bunch of Star Wars smells. They basically have a Star Wars collection. So yeah, I guess that's technically the Life Day one. I don't know, but yeah, they have a Bounty candle. Um, they have the Rescue, which I think that one's actually from Mandalorian. I think these are all from like the Mandalorian, um, the Bounty, the Rescue, and they have a Mandalorian collection, which has both of them. You can get both of them. They have a Tatooine candle, which is pretty cool. A Death Star candle, an Endor candle. Um, they have a Grogu freshener for your car. Kind of interesting. And then you can actually buy the Star Wars collection, which I think looks like it might be all of the. Oh, it's just the original Star Wars ones. So it's the Tatooine, the Death Star, and the Endor candle. But yeah, so not too many of them. I don't know if anybody's ever gotten these before. I'd probably be most interested. I mean, so the Star Wars collection one, it's three candles, $132 for three candles. Whew, $44 a candle. Interesting. Pretty expensive. But yeah, looks like the Tatooine one's trending, so apparently everybody likes that one. Um, and it looks like actually the Bounty is 40% off right now, so that's only like $30. But anyway, interesting, interesting to see some things in the Star Wars galaxy that have been created as far as merchandise. Star Wars has so much merchandise out there. Link the site in the description when done. Sure, I will do. Will do. Definitely do that. Put that in the description when I am done. Homesick candles. I'd love to try them out sometime. So I will definitely put that link in the description. So another thing that I was kind of going through recently, because StarWars.com, I like watching StarWars.com and I like looking at things on there. And because of, again, Halloween season, everything, they did the six scary Star Wars planets. Curious as to what you think is your most scariest planet. They put number one as Malachor, which was kind of interesting. I wouldn't say that Malachor was the scariest to me. Honestly, I would think that what number two was, or even number five was on the list, was the scariest. Probably number five to me, but we'll get to that one. But Malachor, I would like to see that in live action at some point. Malachor, I think that would be a pretty cool spot to visit at some point, especially since we have I'm trying to think of when it would be a good time to go to Malachor. I would like to see something with the past of Malachor, because in Rebels, when we went there, we got to see kind of the aftermath of a battle, of an ancient battle, and I would actually like to see that battle in live action at some point. When that took place, who knows? But I think that would be a really cool thing to see in live action, the Battle of Malachor, and see what really took place there. Um, it would definitely be a really disturbing, horrible ending because it seems like nobody won that battle when you see like the results of that. But I would like to see like what took place there a little bit more. So in Rebels, I think it was season at the end of season three. I think it was Twilight of the Apprentice. Um, that was when Kanan Jarrus actually went blind. So I think it was actually end of season four actually. And when Ahsoka actually disappeared from Rebels series, but until we saw her come back from the World Between Worlds episode. But yeah, Maul coming back for his final entry into Star Wars. That was his return as the old master, as he called himself in the beginning, as he introduced himself to Ezra. I just watched that dual episode, the part one and part two, over the past couple days, and remembering how amazing it was with the all the Inquisitors in that one and Vader showing up. Just a great episode. A great episode. Exegol is listed as number two. As Exegol, I would like to see more of that as well. I know that there's been a lot of um, stories of Exegol in published works, but we've only seen it on screen for The Rise of Skywalker. And I would like to see Exegol maybe in ancient history as well. Possibly, maybe we'll get to see a little bit of it in some of these Mandoverse, kind of setting up, because they're tying things together with the cloning and the bringing back of the dead and so forth with the Mandoverse, which I think is tying a lot into making more sense of Rise of Skywalker. And I wouldn't mind a return trip to Exegol at some point, learning a little bit more about that world. And I mean, we got tons of history on that. I mean, it could go way back. I mean, that planet has been around for forever, it seems like. So it is definitely one of the oldest Sith worlds. So who knows? We might see that show up in the Dawn of the Force era at some point. So yeah, I would like to see a little bit more of that planet. It's very eerie and disturbing looking, and yeah, it's hard to kind of make out a lot of things on that world. But I'd say that's one of my scariest world. I think that's my second, honestly. To me, it is creepy. It's just everything about it with the Sith, all those Sith people that are there, the Palpatines. Yeah, it's just a whole creepy planet. I think it would have been a lot better to focus more on that world in Rise of Skywalker than visit some of the other places that kept popping up throughout the whole journey of everybody. There was so much going on in Rise of Skywalker. I almost wish they just would have had less planets, and Exegol would have been more of a focus. Spent more time there. Honestly, I think it would have been a little bit better to have almost half of the movie take place on Exegol. Would have been amazing. Dathomir, number 3, which Ben says Dathomir would probably be number 1. I think Dathomir might go up, especially if it comes to live action, which it looks like it is in Ahsoka, them kind of arriving there. So that's amazing. But Dathomir is crazy. As far as any animated places, I would say it's right up there. I mean, it's probably number 3 on my list, right below Exegol. Just everything that happens there is just creepy, and playing it, being on Dathomir in Jedi Fallen Order, one of the creepiest planets to play with the Night Sister zombies and everything. It's definitely a creepy planet. Don't get me wrong. But I always love those episodes for Dathomir. We visited that many times in the Clone Wars. We visited in Rebels with 1 or 2 episodes there. So a lot of amazing stuff, and we're probably going to see that again in the future pretty soon, hopefully sooner than later, with an Ahsoka season 2. So or if it doesn't show up in Ahsoka season 2, whatever other Mandoverse series comes out, we'll probably have a Dathomir, because that is where Thrawn is going to be. So we're definitely going to see a live action Dathomir, which is going to be creepy, I'm sure, and they're probably going to up it so much with live action, and it will probably rise in my order of creepy and scary planets. So oh my gosh, yeah, so many creepy things happen there in the game and in the Clone Wars and in Rebels, there's a lot of creepy stuff. So Mortis was listed as number 4, which is an awesome planet. It has some creepy vibes, but then again, it's half light, so it's to me, it's just an interesting, weird planet. And is it really even a planet? That's the other thing. It was kind of talking about scary places. So, but Mortis is I think we're gonna see something with Mortis as well. I really do. I think it's going to be a place that we visit, possibly, with so much being involved with the father, the son, and the daughter showing up in Ahsoka. I think we're going to revisit that Mortis storyline, and we may get to actually see Mortis in live action, which would be a really cool planet to see. It has a little bit of that Pandora vibe, but also a darker version of that as well, with all the things floating around and the cool temples and everything. So I would love to see Mortis in live action. I think they could really make it dark as well as light. It just has that balance, and it just goes night and day, which would be a really cool concept to have in a live action. I just again rewatched the Mortis arc again. The trilogy of episodes in the Clone Wars is amazing. Always a good watch. Mustafar listed as number 5, which honestly I would put that as my number 1. Um, to me, I mean, it's a lava planet. I mean, come on. And it's an amazing planet, and it takes us back all the way to what Return of the Jedi was supposed to have, and Revenge of the Sith, a great movie. That final duel happened there, and then we get to see Vader's castle in Rogue One, which is so amazingly terrifying. There's some really cool entries into Mustafar with the comics, which is really cool to dive into and read about that history and of that planet. And also, we get a little bit of fun, terrifying tales with the Lego Star Wars, the tales from Vader's castle, which was amazing and fun, and still kind of creepy as well. So love that Star Wars Terrifying Tales Legos episode. It's a lot of fun to watch. And then number 6, the last one on the list, which is kind of creepy, but mainly it's just because of the creatures on the planet, and that is Maldo Kreis. Maldo Kreis was in the Mandalorian. It was that snow planet that in the episode The Passenger, when the frog-like creature was with the Mandalorian and they crashed. And the spiders were everywhere. So those spiders, crazy creepy. And that's really the first time we've ever seen those live action, which was amazing to see those live action. Seen them in animated, and they're even just as creepy in animated form. But to actually see them live action, a whole planet with tons of them, was crazy creepy. But I would say that's more of like the creatures on the planet that made it creepy, because otherwise it was just a snow planet, kind of like Hoth. So I wouldn't call it creepy planet, scary planet, honestly. So a couple in there weren't really scary planets, just things that happened on the planets were like scary or creepy. But I would definitely, to me, Mustafar is the scariest. I mean, just because of Vader being there, especially during Vader's time. I mean, definitely the scariest planet for me. I mean, it's lava. Lava's scary. Lava's hot and scary. And then number 2 for me would be Exegol. I think it's just what it is Vader's on one, Palpatine's on another. I mean, I guess that's why it's just those 2 planets are just so scary to me. Yeah, and then I would put Dathomir at 3 for me, though. Dathomir's up there. But yeah, and I don't know if any others didn't really make the list, honestly. I mean, there's some other scary planets, I would say. I mean, Dagobah kind of is, I would think, more scarier than Milo Kreis, just because again, weird creatures on the planet. You don't really know much about it. Some weird stuff happen on that planet. There's a couple other ones that I would put on there that are from animated form as well, and then some other ones from Mandalorian that are kind of not really named as much. But yeah, there's other ones out there. But yeah, so I don't know. Maybe you can think of some other ones that aren't on there that are scary to you. But yeah, those are on as listed on StarWars.com. And then last but not least tonight, I was going to do a crucial character pick, another one. Actually, I'm going to do an unboxing, by the way. I'm going to do that first. I'm going to do the unboxing first. think I'll do the unboxing first. Do the unboxing first, and then I'm going to do my crucial character pick for this week, which is from Attack of the Clones, and I went bad guy, just so you know. But I did get another Galaxy box. This month, my Galaxy box, again, Galaxy boxes, these are from Culturefly. Culturefly makes the Galaxy boxes, and this was an anniversary gift for my wife. Amazing, get Star Wars stuff every couple of months. Yeah, so this Galaxy box has the Jedi Order, and it actually says Jedi Order in Arabesh on there. So it's all Jedi Order themed, and there's a lot of some good stuff in here, I have a feeling. So let's go ahead and see what's in this box. How about it? The inside of this box wasn't as great as like some of the other ones. I know that the Galaxy box art has been amazing. The inside of this one and the area like around the box is very plain. Not as much. There's always cool stuff on these boxes. You almost don't want to throw them away. But this box really didn't have a lot of cool stuff around it. So not too much on here. But again, they give you a little postcard, every single one of them. Basically, it's what the artwork on the box is. So this is the Jedi Order box, which is pretty cool. And then on the flip side, it tells you like what's in the box. So, but yeah, so I think the best thing on the box, I'm going to show you the best thing on the box first. I've got to do the best thing on the box because this is amazing. Best thing in the box, and I know I'm going to be wearing this as it gets colder, but it is an Ahsoka hoodie. Got the Ahsoka fulcrum emblem right there. It's got the blue and the orange zipper, and then on the back side, it's got a nice rebel symbol. It says Ahsoka Tano with the fulcrum symbol on it. I haven't tried it on yet, so I don't really know how well it fits. Kind of curious about that, so let's go ahead and see how this fits. How about? Not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be sporting this a lot at the parks. Fits pretty good. It's got a nice little pouch for your hands there to keep them cool. But yeah, perfect. I love it. Nice hoodie there. So it is a windbreaker. So just to keep the chill out of the air, something to wear as, it says it's a jacket, but it's not really a jacket. I don't know if it's waterproof. I doubt it. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty much a windbreaker. So pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm digging it. A little bit big. I think the next time, if she ever does this again, I might go on a smaller size. She did the large for me, but I think I would, if I ever did these again, I'd probably do the small for me. That way it's a little bit smaller, but I've lost a little weight recently. So, but yeah, so that's really cool. We got, let's see, what else do we got? We got a cool pouch bag too that I can take to the parks maybe. This here, love this. So let's see, how's my Arabesh? It says the Jedi Order, and then it says, "May the Force be with you." All right, so yeah, my Arabesh has not rusted out since I've left Star Cruiser. So it says the Jedi Order, and then "May the Force be with you," and then it's got the nice Jedi symbol. You see how quickly I was in translating that? Got a little pocket with the little Jedi Order symbol. It does have promotional, the Galaxy box on the inside there, which isn't too bad. It's kind of hidden. And then all on the inside as well is the Jedi Order. And it comes with a strap, so it's kind of like a side pouch. Cool little side pouch for me to wear to Galaxy's Edge or all that good stuff. This definitely does feel waterproof. Yeah, this feels waterproof. So this is definitely something that to take the problem. I love the little Star Wars zipper thing there too. I think the blue and the gray. Blue and the gray is great. So actually, I'm digging that. That's really cool. I can actually, use that a lot. Let's see, what else do we got here? We got a lightsaber notepad with a pen. So, and it's got different lightsabers on the notepad. And then the pen has the Jedi Order eraser, it looks like, maybe. I don't know if it's eraser or not. But it's got some different lightsabers. The lighting's not good for me here. I'm trying to look and see kind of whose lightsabers they are. It looks like I'll have to figure out whose lightsabers these are. I mean, I definitely got Obi-Wan and Luke's in here. Kind of, I guess that's Rey's lightsaber. And then, not sure the other two. Maybe Yoda's. Yoda's is very small, so I think the one's Yoda's. And maybe one Ahsoka's, possibly. So, anyway, cool little notepad. I don't know. Maybe I'll take that to work. Use it at work. And then, what else do we got? Got a Jedi pin. They always throw in a pin. So, there we go. They're better there. Jedi Order pin, which I have some of these, but this one's really cool because it's got like a wooden look to it, which is pretty neat. Gives it that ancient look. Got a lightsaber keychain. That's a pretty cool keychain. I'll have to stop there. There we go. Lightsaber keychain. So basically, Anakin / Vader / Rey lightsaber keychain. Maybe that'll go on my keys at some point. And then lastly, we got a little pouch of some sort. So kind of like a pencil pouch. Some, I guess I can put this in the bag. Little travel pouch. It's got a couple different zippers on it. Two pockets, not bad. Yeah, and that's what's in the Galaxy box. So I love the Galaxy boxes. They're all great. They give great surprises. It's all fun, and there's always something in there that's like really worth it. Like this windbreaker, totally worth it. And even the bag, the windbreaker, the pins, the keychain. I mean, there's only like 2 throwaway items, honestly, that I not probably going to use that much, like the notepad and this little travel pouch thing. Like, probably won't use that much, but if I ever want to give away some stuff, I got some stuff to give away, right? Got some stuff to give away. So yeah, so that's the Galaxy box for this month. And then let's go ahead and talk about my crucial character pick, right? Organize a little emergency kit with Band-Aid, sunscreen. Yeah, right. Yeah, and then put that inside the other bag or whatever bag that I'm using. And that could be like a bag with pouch within a bag. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that idea. It's always good to have like an emergency kit, right? I never do that, but it should be a good idea to have with you at all times. So let's do our crucial character pick of the month. So again, I'm taking this from Attack of the Clones. Last time I did a Attack of the Clones character pick. Trying to think of who I picked the last time. I think I picked. That's right. As far as like cool characters, Carrion Park with a big bag. Yeah, right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, last time I picked Pasul Argenti in Attack of the Clones, the Separatist leader, just because I think he's a really cool character and he's kind of in the background, and I always thought he was a really cool looking character. But this time I wanted to go with a character that really defined the whole movie. And if it wasn't for this character, the movie would have been totally different, right? And I wanted to go with a villain this time because I like to go back and forth and do villain, good guy, bad guy. So I picked Jango Fett for Attack of the Clones because, I mean, come on. He's a Mandalorian. And honestly, if it wasn't Jango Fett, was not in this movie, there'd be a lot of changes. Because if you think about it, the whole basis of the clones is based off of Jango Fett. So if it wasn't for him, you know, being that hired hand, basically providing his DNA for the clones, the movies could have been completely different, because who knows what other character they would have went with to provide the DNA for the clones and base the clones off of. I mean, think about it. Every single clone in the Clone Wars was based off of Jango Fett. So it's almost like really he was a big, big part of the movie, even though he was not really that big part of the movie. He was just a gun for hire. He was a bounty hunter that they used, and they used his DNA. But Jango Fett, a foundling, by the way, not a true Mandalorian, kind of like Din Djarin. So from that foundling race, the Fett clan, there was no real Fett clan. He was a foundling. Concord Dawn was his home world. And so that kind of was even originally the backstory for Boba Fett. If you kind of look back way back in the day, Boba Fett's history in Legends, Concord Dawn is where he was. It's always said he was from, but they kind of took that back and kind of used it as his father's homeworld. So Jango Fett being Jango Fett's armor. I mean, come on, amazing. You got that classic Mandalorian look. At that point in time, we only really had ever seen Boba Fett as a Mandalorian in a way, and his armor looked pretty rough. And then now we get this shiny Beskar Jango Fett, which looks very similar to Din Djarin's Mando look once he gets all of his Beskar in full form. And Jango Fett really he put up a fight for everyone. I mean, there's a lot of cool moments in Attack of the Clones, and some of the best moments are with Jango. We kind of first get a glimpse of him in the beginning, kind of behind the whole assassination attempt with Zam Wesell, as he takes her out right before she kind of spills the beans to Anakin and Obi-Wan. And then after he's tracked down on Geonosis, we got that amazing on Camino, the amazing scene with him and Obi-Wan, and just that conversation where Obi-Wan's hinting at he was there in Coruscant, and he's trying to slyly like play it off that he knows nothing what he's talking about. And then he kind of goes for the escape, and that awesome fight between him and Obi-Wan is amazing on the Camino platform. And that escape, and when he gets to Geonosis, the seismic charges with Slave One are amazing. I mean, it was great to see Slave One again in newer fashion, brand new looking, not beat up. Slave One, one of the best ships in the galaxy, that fire spray. And so, and then of course he met a really quick demise with Mace Windu, but still had a really good run with that movie. So Attack of the Clones, I would say Jango Fett, one of the most crucial characters for the bad guys, and technically for the good guys for a minute, but really what he was setting up was for the bad guys. So with the clones. So that is my crucial character pick of Attack of the Clones for the villains. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't, maybe you like somebody else, but I definitely would think that the movie would be quite different without Jango Fett, just because he was the basis for the clones. I mean, that is the movie. The movie was about the clones, Attack of the Clones, and who knows how good of an attack they would have had if they were based off of another character's DNA. We will never know. what other character they may have chosen. Yeah, so that is my crucial character pick of the week. I am probably going to cut this a little short tonight. As I had said before, I know, Ben, you weren't on here, but I did a little hospital stint at the beginning of the week. So a little bit run down, and that's why I didn't do this last night. And so, yeah, yeah, I'm just trying to get back to 100%. So probably be a good idea to. I love that one. What if they were based off of Jar Jar? No, but isn't Jar Jar supposed to be actually the whole behind the whole controlling of the Sith and everything? Because isn't it Darth Jar Jar? In that scenario, we can't have Jar Jar doing the clones either, but that would be funny as well. A clone race of Gungans, Gungan clones, wreaking havoc across the galaxy by confusion and yeah, all sorts of accidental wins. Basically, what would be the case. Yeah. So again, not to 100% this week, and imagine the damage. Yeah, it would have been damage on both sides. But yeah, so not 100% tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and probably end this a little early. But I thank you for joining in, Ben. Really appreciate it at all times. And hope everybody watching this later enjoys some of the topics, enjoys what I'm going to go ahead and post that Homesick link in my description as soon as I get off of here. And yeah, I hope so too. It might take about a couple weeks, so I got to cut back on my diet, change some things, and get back to 100%. So, but yeah. So I had a 3-day weekend because I ended up taking off a little sick day on Monday. Couldn't make it into work, but then I had my 2 days back to work tomorrow. But I'm only working for 5 days, and I'm taking another 3-day weekend next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So hopefully that'll give me some boost back up. Yeah, so what was I going to say? I'm going to post that link for that homesick candle store in my description here as soon as I get off tonight. And I will be back next week, hopefully. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to be back next week. So here's the thing. I might have some friends coming into town next week in the beginning. I don't know how long they're going to be staying. So I might not be able to do one next week. I don't really know for sure if one will happen next week on my YouTube channel. But look for me again Thursday through probably only through Sunday next week, because I'm going to be off on Monday for Today in Star Wars on my Instagram page. My Instagram page is The Crucial Crew Member. So always look for posts from there. Even if I'm not going live, I will post Today in Star Wars and then whatever else I'm doing, around Disney and so forth. And yeah, so great to see everybody. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for watching. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you are not a subscriber. And I hope to see you soon. So in the meantime, watch some Star Wars, listen to some Star Wars, play some Star Wars, read some Star Wars, do some Star Wars collecting, whatever it is, do something Star Wars this week. But most importantly, remember, may the stars light your way. Have a great night, everyone. Have a great week.